Hi everyone, and welcoming you back to the Silverstone Museum YouTube channel, and I'm delighted to say I'm joined by a very special guest, the becoming legendary Formula One artist, David Johnson. David, how are you, mate?
Good to see you, Rob. Yeah, it's lovely to be here at Silverstone for this special unveiling.
Right, we'll come on to that in a minute, but David has been a friend of the museum for a long time. You've had 2 full exhibitions here, and our visitors are always able to grab a good look at your prints in the shop and buy the prints here. How proud are you to have been associated with the museum for the last 4 or 5 years now?
Yeah, very proud. I remember seeing the notice that the museum was going to open, and that's when I contacted before it was even built and finished. So it's lovely to obviously be able to work with the team and have these exhibitions and now have my own wall here in the shop.
It's great to have them here, and I know visitors love looking at them, and you know they're able to purchase them here, and it's great to see the different variety of pictures we've got here. But you've already alluded to it. We've got a special moment. We're going to reveal a very special painting. Tell us a little bit about that painting that you've got that we're about to reveal.
Wow, this is a special piece. This is capturing Lando Norris's first win at the Miami Grand Prix in 2024. But for me personally, I've worked with Lando capturing every season within Formula One, and he's had the original. So it's been a collaboration between the two. And this is an amalgamation of all those pieces into one. So I'm very proud of this.
Okay, now before we reveal it, I have to ask, has Lando seen it?
Yes.
So this is it. Wow. That is sick.
Yeah, so last night I did the handover of the original. It went well. And it's always great to see his reaction and just talk about the piece. Because, I mean, for me, seeing what happened in Miami, I tried to put those emotions and feelings into the artwork. And hopefully I've done him proud.
Okay, I'm glad he likes it. Now we're going to get a chance to do something we've never done before. You're going to get a chance to see the reveal of this painting, and then we're going to come on to where you can get hold of this painting in a second, because we've got a very special offer. But David, are we ready to do the reveal?
Yes.
I feel like we should be doing some kind of 3, 2, 1 countdown, but tell you what, let's go for it. So David, show us the painting. Wow. That's a real punch, and we've got the car and the driver. The thing that punches out to me for looking at it straight away, and I'm no art critic, as you know, the pink just here just makes the whole thing ping. Tell us about your inspiration. Obviously, Lando's first win. Was this part of the inspiration?
Yeah. I mean, initially being Miami, I wanted, and I've always wanted to capture the Miami colours. So that was where the background kind of came together. And also building on those previous paintings, I've experimented with lots of different techniques and different variations of what I can achieve with the background. So there's elements of each of those built into it. And I've got the car and driver combo. So yeah, first time Lando's holding the first place finger in the air, a little bit Sebastian Vettel-esque. Yeah, it's great. And his helmet, I was saying to him yesterday, when I first saw it when he showed me last year on his phone, you were there as well, Rob.
I remember him showing it to us on his phone, yeah?
Yeah, we were a little bit unsure, but seeing it through the season, it just pops. When you see the car and the helmet, it really does say Lando Norris is here to mean business on track.
It does, and I must say, one of the things that stood out for me, I know we had that moment with him and he showed us that on his phone. The fact that he didn't have an alternate design, he had that actual one for his first win. That felt a little bit special. I felt kind of a little bit privileged to have been there, seen it, and then see it like that. One of the things I want to ask you, you paint a lot of the cars. How much harder is it? Because I've noticed in a few of your paintings more recently, we've had the Lewis ones, we've had Lando, Oscar Piastri and things. We've started to see the driver appear as a person. How much more difficult is it to paint a person rather than the car? Or is it more difficult to paint a car?
It varies really. I mean, if it's MotoGP, they're the hardest of all. But when it comes to the car and driver for Formula One, I find the drivers a lot easier. I stepped it up a little bit and captured the face, because that makes or breaks a painting. So I even got Lando's plaster there from who knows what happened to create that. But got every single detail. I get fascinated by capturing every detail, and it's lovely to be able to do that with a palette knife.
And as you mentioned that, I'm sitting up close next to it, and I'm looking at things like the microphone stalks, the hands device, and all the little details around the top of you can see the Monster Energy sign on the collar there and everything, and it is absolutely fantastic. And You paint, for those who don't know, you paint in a slightly different way than normal. Tell us about how you capture these details, because your painting style is slightly different.
Yeah, so I use a palette knife. I used to work with fine art brushes and captured many paintings over the years in that method. But going to the palette knife, there's so much more freedom. But I find as I've progressed through my art career, I've got slower because, as I say, I'm trying to capture every detail with a knife. And what I do, I work layer upon layer from the background and then wait for that previous layer to dry, apply the paint, push it into position best I can, cut it with a scalpel, not to cover up mistakes, but just to sharpen it up a little bit more. And that's how I achieve this. So it is a very slow process. This has taken about 250 hours to complete, but it's worth it in the end.
We'll jump to an offer that are going to be available for visitors in a minute, but across the Grand Prix, I believe some people are going to get a chance to actually see you live paint. Tell us about that across the British Grand Prix weekend.
So this will be, I think, my 6th year live painting at the British Grand Prix. So behind the woodcut grandstand, you'll find my marquees with an exhibition of around 50 prints that are on display, and I'll be there intervals in the day because I'm also in the F1 paddock painting and somewhere else that I've got to find out a little bit more about today. So yeah, it's a very busy weekend, but for me personally, I love to be able to chat to people about Formula One and the artwork as well.
Yeah, so it's going to be a busy weekend for you. I hope you've got a driver getting you to and from and getting you around all these places.
Are you free that weekend, Phil?
Unfortunately, no, I'm busy. I'm hoping to be busy, provided this gets better. So visitors can buy these prints from you, but also they can buy them throughout the British Grand Prix weekend and at other times. You can buy them here at the museum. But we've got a special offer for the museum visitors across from the Grand Prix, from the Wednesday through to the Monday of the British Grand Prix. If you're here at Silverstone, you're coming into the museum, it is free to come into across the British Grand Prix weekend. And there's a special offer, isn't there? Tell us about that special offer while I quickly grab something behind me.
Yeah, so for the British Grand Prix weekend here at the Silverstone Museum, if you are to buy one of the G-Clay prints that are on display here, you'll also get one of the Lando Norris 2024 lithograph prints for free. So that's from, I believe it's the Thursday before the Grand Prix through to the Wednesday, I believe, after the Grand Prix.
Okay, yeah, just to confirm that, we think we're going to run it from the Thursday of the Grand Prix for people that are here. If you're camping at the Grand Prix beforehand, so we're going to run it from the Thursday beforehand, because I know there's going to be a lot of people here on the Thursday. I know the Thursday's a pretty busy day for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And things. So, yeah, just to reiterate, if you buy this fantastic new print of Lando celebrating this his first Grand Prix win in Miami, you do get this smaller print for free. I'm just going to hold it up here so we can get a good view of it. Thank you, David, helping me out there. You get this one free as well, and that's a special offer for people buying them from the museum. So welcome along. Now, David, I'm going to talk, because you and I have spoken a lot about motorsport, and I want your what do you think is going to happen at the British Grand Prix? Because this year's Formula One season is being far less predictable than people expected. We've had Lando's win, obviously. We've had 2 different Ferrari drivers win races, which, as you know, is always going to be a plus, and I'm going to be a fan of. What do you think is going to happen at the British Grand Prix then? Go on, then. Who's your money on?
Well, it's going to be difficult, I think, to say Max won't win it, but upgrades are still on the way for McLaren. Not as big as what they've just had, but I'm hopeful, because it suits a McLaren car, I'm hopeful it will be a double podium for the team. And I'm hopeful that for Williams, who I work with very closely as well, they'll get a double points finish because it suits their car, and it's a very fast circuit.
It should be suiting their car. It'll be interesting to see how the Red Bull gets on. Obviously, they're uber quick wherever they go. And, Ferrari, it's up and down, isn't it? They clearly, Monaco was great. The last race in Canada, not quite so special. But it's going to be great to see how that progresses. Are you looking forward to the Grand Prix weekend? Because I know it's manic busy, but are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I enjoy now, which I didn't used to do, is I actually close up the marquee where I'm painting, and I enjoy the race. And it's a great feeling. Last year was unreal with Lando getting the second position. I had to control myself. So this year, the way the season's gone, yeah, I need to keep cool and have fun.
Keep cool and have fun, absolutely. So just to go back over it again, if you buy this print at the museum when you're visiting here, you do get the free one. David's got a huge display that's going to be out by Woodcote, or just behind Woodcote Grandstand. And we're looking forward to working with you in the future, David. We wish you all the best for the Grand Prix. And thank you for dropping by and unveiling this print with us live today.
Thank you, Rob, and thank you to the team. It's a great honour.